Good morning, good afternoon, good day. Wherever you are in the world, welcome to Standing in My Truth with Valerie M, aka Maxfield. Now, you know I've been on that love journey tip for the last 4 or 5 days. We've only got another 5 days to go. And then it's back to the norm, and I've got a whole load of topics to talk about after we've come out the love episode zone. This is episode 5 of the love episodes. And to keep it straight to the point of different monikers that we put onto the word love, today's what should I say, how should I put it without people taking offense to it, is, where are you at when it comes to love? And you get, what does she mean? Listen, here's a story. Are you ready? Grab yourself a coffee, tea, your smoothie. Here's a conversation. Bring, phone rings. As she picks up the phone, she knew who it was, but it's been a long time since she spoke to him. How you doing, he says. And at that moment, she feels a whole load of trepidation. There's a lot of things that she's been holding inside her gut. She feels that when she speaks to him, it's difficult to express herself. Now, really, anybody you speak to, you shouldn't have to feel that way. Wherever you're at, you should be able to speak to your lover, your partner, your husband, even your soulmate, because you should be at that place. These are all the things that's running around in her head, and she's thinking, oh my God. I do love that word, oh my God, don't I? But she's thinking, man, every time I speak to this guy, I never seem to tell him what I actually want to say. I just keep procrastinating. And as the words are beginning, trying to fall out, I'm backtracking and just not telling him what and how I feel. Now, all this time, this is all she's going on in her head while he's speaking. I haven't seen you. What's happened? You've just stopped speaking to me. I know we're in COVID. What's happening? She has to bring herself back to reality. And for the first time, she takes a deep breath. And she thinks, what have I got to lose? What have I really got to lose? Either he walks, he stays, or he has an open conversation. Because no matter how many times you have a conversation with him, he butts in and you just never get to the point. At that moment, she says, I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry. I've just been really busy. Or, at the end of the day, I'm starting to find myself, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm shielding on my own at home. I don't speak to you that often. And then I started to not like myself, and I'm eating myself into a whole different existence. And I don't know where I am with. And it was like she had so much she wanted to say. And he butts in and she says, shh, I really need to just get this off my chest. And anything you want to say after, if you're in the space to listen to me right now, I just need to tell you this is what's going on. And so she proceeds to tell him that she really checks for him. And you could imagine that the fact, this is like, wow, can that be her speaking? Is that me speaking? She's saying to herself, I can't believe I'm actually saying this. But the words are dropping out as these thoughts are going through her head. And she closes her eyes and imagines him in front of her and says, I may have told you this before, I do check for you, but I find that I'm pushing you away because you're not mine. I've never claimed you. We get together, we go partying, we do certain things, but I never claim you. I see you talk to other women, blah, blah, blah. And I know that we before lockdown, we were just getting to that point of, maybe we should take our relationship after nearly 2-3 years to the next level. But I've always held back. And now I'm in lockdown, it's making me realize, do I need you? Do I want you? Is this the relationship I want? Do I tell you that this is what I want? And so I chose the best next thing, which was to move on, let you live your life, let you do what you need to do while I get my head together. And he says, but I miss you. And she says, and just those words, I miss you, she wasn't sure if she should take him serious or is it was just that he just wants to have a sexual encounter with her, which is a terrible thing to think because it's not always been about sex for them. But because of the way it's been a bit of a long time that they've seen each other, she didn't know where they were at and what he'd been up to. And a lot of the trust had gone out the window. And I guess that's her fault because she didn't maintain the contact. She ran. She procrastinated. She decided that, listen, hey, I've got things to do. There's things I want to achieve. And right now, things are so, I'm on furlough and I need to make sure that I'm bringing, I'm in my home by myself. I've got to survive. And that survival didn't include loving herself. It was just taking care of herself, creating a whole new platform or a business or how to bring in extra money. And, it was just a load of just taking care of the home. Taking care of the home is not exactly loving yourself. It's a form of, but I'm talking about actually just steam or run or walk or, having great conversation with someone who makes your spirit feels so good. That part went out the window. There was not that conversation. The conversations she had fallen into were having conversation with her friends or maybe guys that had slid into her DMs. But all the time, this guy was always still at the back of her mind. And she kept thinking, I'm not cheating on him. I'm not doing anything. We've never solidified our relationship properly. We just knew that we wanted to be around each other. We've done things. We have had our wonderful, passionate sessions and we share a lot of things together. And all of this, again, is still going around in her head, so, and digressing while her eyes are still closed. And she had to stop herself and take a breath. And she said to him, what do you miss? And he said, it's not just sexual. I know you think it's just sexual. He said, I miss you. I miss being around you. I miss everything, the way you are, the way you talk, the way our conversations are. And I just love being, with you. And it's been months. She says, well, you could be with anybody you want, really. He says, why are you pushing me towards somebody else? Why are you pushing me to do things? You're putting ideas in my head. And I said, look, she says, but I want to hold you. I want to kiss you. But COVID, it's driving me nuts. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. It's not like I'm younger, I'm older, and it's driving me mad that I'm scared to be with someone who I care about because we are not shielding under the same roof. And it makes me, and I know as bad as it may sound, it may make me feel that you're going somewhere else. He says, but I can't be doing stuff like that. And again, still in her head, she's saying, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. The trust had gone, the whole trust. So before lockdown, you know, the trust was dwindling anyway. So that formed a part of her decision of, where am I at? She continues to tell him everything, her thoughts, how, you know, what's going through her mind. And what, you know, for the first time, she actually let him in and said, I don't like myself. I don't like how I've become. I've done all the training. I've did everything. I'm eating myself. And he quietly says, I get that. But you've never shared that with me before. How am I to know how you're feeling, babe, if you don't tell me? I know I'm busy. I know I'm trying to run a business. But if you don't ring me and talk to me, I'm just going to assume whatever it is I'm going to assume. And she says, but you know what? You know, at the end of the day, I don't want to put myself on you. I just want to get on with me. And at the end of the day, I feel like if I lose enough weight, you'll still find me attractive. He says, what makes you think no matter what size you are, I'm not going to find you attractive? Do you think I was looking at you from the outside when in fact I was actually looking at you from the inside? She's now feeling vulnerable because these are words that she didn't expect to hear. She's like, oh my God, do I believe him? And it's mad how, you know, your brain starts swirling. Have you ever been in that position, guys? I have. But the story goes, here's, you know, this is the scenario. And by the end of the conversation and by, you know, opening up and, you know, he says, when am I going to see you? You know, she's still vulnerable and she's still, you know, holding her own and saying, you know, look, you know, I'm not sure. But I'm going to make the effort to talk to you more, include you. They talk about other things outside of that conversation. And he just kept saying, I miss you. And she admitted for the first time to him that she missed him. And what that did was really opened up dialogue. So really and truly, that's my storytelling part gone. Where are you at when it comes to telling someone how you feel? Do you hold back? Or do you just say what is necessary at that time? Because you want to keep that person sweet. Telling someone something doesn't mean you tell them in anger or frustration. Tell them from a place of understanding. Because when you speak with understanding, that person will understand you. If you set the table out from the outset of the conversation, whoever it is you're communicating with, no matter how ignorant that person can be, there has to come a point where they need to listen. It's not about speaking with authority, but it's a change of tone, a change of how you present it to the person. Now you might be saying, listen, I'm telling you as it is. I don't care what you want to say. No. Everybody has feelings. No matter how bad they are, no matter who they are, every human being has feelings. It's like taming a lion. You know that lion's going to roar because that's his mechanism to protect himself. So when you roar at someone, that's your barriers up. Your But if you bring your roar down just a little bit, bring it down. And speak to someone with, this is how I feel. And this doesn't have to even be in a relationship. This is life in general. This is how I feel. My mental state of mind is at this point. And if I don't say it, I'm going to crack up. I'm going to cry. I'm going to break. And break is something that I don't want to happen. Because I don't know how I'm going to control myself if I break. So I'm asking you to just listen. It's no point till it. I'm not saying it's no point. I wouldn't say what, or give up a scenario of what ended at the end of that conversation. I'll leave that to your own imagination. But that's my storytelling for today, is where are you at? Where is your love at? Because loving yourself is ensuring that the people that come in to your energy, into your space, into your movie, into your journey, into your story, needs to be on the same energy of positive vibration. Thank you for listening to Valerie M. Maxfield, Standing in My Truth, the love episodes. Tomorrow, it'll be a different excerpt, but I'll give you a taster, which will be getting older, menopausal, and in love. Now, how crazy does that all sound? Think about it. Menopausal, or already in menopause, and love. Join me then for the next excerpt of the love episodes. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful night. Sleep well. In the meantime, take care and positive affirmations.